This is the most brutally honest advice that I could give to myself 8 years ago when I just got started in sales. It's supposed to feel hard. If it were easy, everyone would have it, and it wouldn't be worth having. Resistance isn't a sign to stop. It's proof you're exactly where growth happens. Lean in and keep pushing. When I got started into sales, guys, it was an entirely different world for me. I came from a $20 an hour truck driving job to then going on the sales floor where I had to learn sales from scratch. Never in my life did I think I was gonna do this. And guess what? It was freaking hard. I sucked, I didn't understand the skill set, and I didn't know how to close people. And so what does that mean? It meant that my income was up and down because in sales, you eat what you kill. But here's what helped me the most is I had burned the boats at that point in my life. I wasn't going to go back to a 9 to 5 that I hated. I was done with that life. So I had to keep going. But do you know how many days that I thought sales wasn't cut out for me? There's no way I'm going to make it. I went days without making sales. I went weeks thinking in my head, contemplating, dude, am I cut out for sales? But as I look back at that period of my life, I realized something. I said, wait a minute. If that was easy, everybody would have it. Everybody would be where I'm at. Everybody would have made the amount of money that they want to make. And so in that lesson, I learned this. Resistance is your greatest sign that you need to keep going. It's supposed to feel hard and it won't be easy, but that's why people quit. And if you keep going, and when I kept going, I made it work because I had to. It was one of the greatest lessons that I learned in that period of my life. Elite closers don't rely on luck. They rely on ruthless preparation. Amateurs practice until they get it right. Closers prepare until they can't get it wrong. Your paycheck reflects your preparation. It's not good enough, guys, to just say, hey, I'm going to get on the phone today. I'm going to close some deals today. There's a great book called The Art of War. And in this book, the author says that every battle is won or lost, not on the battlefield, but before you ever get onto the battlefield, guys. When I read this book, The Art of War, I realized that the battlefield is the sales call. That is where you go to war, but you don't win it on the battlefield. You win it before you show up to the battlefield. And so I realized really quickly in sales, guys, that unless I had the art of prediction, where I could predict every outcome of that call. And I got so freaking good where I could predict what I was going to say, what the prospect was going to say. I knew when I said this, the prospect was going to say that. I already knew I was 5 steps ahead of the prospect on every single call. I knew going into the freaking battlefield, I was going to win because if the prospect was on the call for the right reasons, it was game over. I knew I could help him. I knew I could solve the problem, and I knew exactly how I was going to solve the problem. So if you're in closing today, get this. Good closers prepare to get it right, but great closers prepare so they can't get it wrong. And that is reviewing game tape of all the wins that you've had, all the losses that you've had, reviewing your script so you get so good at it, guys, that it would be almost impossible for you to screw up. See, when you get to that level of a closer, when you take this profession that seriously, you have now the art of prediction. And if you can predict, you can win the battle before you get onto the battlefield. Feelings don't get a vote when your goals are clear. Show up when you're tired, execute when you're unmotivated. The plan doesn't care how you feel, only that you follow it. Guys, your feelings are designed to lie to you. Wait, if you're in this profession, newsflash, right? You know this. You're going to have ups and downs. There's going to be some days where you don't make anything. There's going to be some weeks where you feel on top of the freaking world. Welcome to the game of sales. But this is what I can tell you. If you have a goal as a closer, let's just say your goal is I'm going to do what it takes to make $30,000 a month. Number one, guys, is what? You're going to experience the resistance. Number two is you're going to have emotions. And your emotions are there because they are lying to you. They're going to say, you're not going to do it. It's going to be too hard. I don't feel motivated today. I don't want to get up and take calls today. I don't want to talk to people today. Do you know what that is doing? That is the resistance, guys. That is your emotions conspiring against you to say, how bad do you want this? Fear is your life's highest tax. Every second you hesitate, doubt, or delay, you're paying with lost income, missed opportunities, and dreams left unfulfilled. Stop letting fear rob you of who you're supposed to be. I felt a lot of fear. When I first got into sales, it was nothing but fear. And then getting onto the phone calls, it was nothing but fear. And then becoming a sales manager and leading salespeople was nothing but fear. And then leaving my sales job and starting a fitness franchise and becoming my own boss was nothing but fear. And then losing that all and then going and creating one-call closers and then scaling a company to hundreds of reps, every second of it is fear. And then when you experience fear, there's only two options that you have. You're either going to let it crumble you and you're going to lose hope and you're not going to pursue your goals, or you're going to just stare fear in the face and you're just going to keep going. And the only way, guys, that I have come to realize to get over fear is to do what you fear the most. You don't want to get on calls? Good. Get on calls. And you keep doing it and you keep doing it. And guess what? By the time you've done your 50th, 100th, 200th call, there is no more fear. Why? Because you've done it so many times before. The faster you can feel fear and just do it anyways, take the action, because sets and reps is what you need to overcome fear. Why? Because sets and reps gives you experience. Experience gives you skills, knowledge, and know-how. And when you have skills, knowledge, and know-how, you don't care about the fear because you've been there and you've done that. But to go to the next level, doesn't matter if it's sales, in your business, whatever you're trying to do, you're going to hit new levels. And every new level, guess what? You don't have the experience. And so what's going to happen? You hit fear. And this would happen to me. But the faster you act in that fear, you're going to escape life's highest tax, which is fear and fear itself. Don't let it happen. Intellectuals collect knowledge. Winners collect results. Knowing without acting is just educated procrastination. The world rewards action, not information. Guys, I can't tell you how much this drives me nuts in today's society, because we live in a world where there is more information than ever. In fact, there's a lot of people that go on YouTube and they collect information because somehow they think the information is going to make them magically successful. Winners collect results, guys. And the only way to collect results is with massive action. The faster you can collapse thinking to doing, guys, you can beat almost everybody else, because by the time they try the first time, you've already tried 10 times. And literally, because you've tried 10 times more, you've probably figured it out that much faster. That is why, guys, speed of implementation. My mentor, Bedros Koulian, taught me that concept. He said, Rich, the faster you take knowledge and you implement speed of implementation, the faster you get feedback. With that feedback, you have fast iteration loops. That didn't work. That didn't work. Let me tweak that. Let me do this. Let me do that. And guess what? It might not work. And you might fail 10 times, but by your 20th time, guys, you're going to get it right. And when you get it right, you double down. And now you've not only hit a home run in life, you can score as many runs as you freaking want. And that's the greatest thing about winning, is that there's no cap to the upside, but there's a cap to the downside. Don't get stuck in the curse of knowledge. Get stuck in the curse of action. Those are the brutally honest lessons that I would tell my younger self and any salesperson that walked into this door. If you guys want to learn the 10 laws that elite closers live by, just click the pop-up anywhere on the screen, and we'll see you on the other side.